2012, as everyone knows, has been a massive year for Emmerdale, absolutely huge, with all roads, of course, leading to the 40th celebration. There have been so many highlights this past year, but the live, I don't know how we will ever surpass it. It was magnificent. The Chaz, Cameron, Debbie story has just been brilliant. And right now, what we're seeing is a struggle for Chaz and Cameron. It's about how they can finally come to terms with it. But it's still a love story involving Debbie. Debbie's still just as heartbroken. And I think we'll see over the coming weeks and months, her response is going to be actually quite terrifying. If you thought Kane was bad, as Debbie's soul hardens, well, she really is going to become Daddy's girl. There's big stories coming up for the Dingle family. It's been a long time since Sam's found love. He's going to find it, but of course it's not going to be also so straightforward. But for Zach and Lisa, what we sometimes forget is they're just parents, and they've got a young girl, Belle, and we're going to play a massive story about Belle growing up. Zach and Lisa are going to struggle to rein Belle in. Jay and Charity are just such a great couple, but as we all know now, Jay's got this terrible burden. Obviously, if and when Charity finds out, all hell will break loose. There's a lot more secrets and lies and a lot more people to get involved along the way. Jenny and Nicole are just a dream of a couple. They're so different and yet seem absolutely made for each other. There's going to be kind of tragic and heartbreaking news for Brenda. You think you're going to see a really loving, beautiful side out of all of them. The David, Alicia and Priya story has been beautiful. David is just hapless. The man's a blithering idiot. This is a rom-com. You know, Alicia's always there at the sidelines, and I think you'll find big changes when Alicia finally learns to move on, gets a new career up at home farm, and eventually perhaps finds a man. That's when maybe, just maybe, David might start looking at things differently. But if you think he's going to get it right, you're wrong. Amy, Curry, Val, Eric, it remains a love story. This is about Amy doing her absolute best to kind of almost become a mother to Curry. It's a complete role reversal, and it's kind of what happens next. If Amy's tried and perhaps failed to be a good mother to a mother, it's where does that take her next? Mal and Laurel, there's going to be hope coming from this story. They are going to find a time of peace now. I think Laurel and Ashley, with Bernice on the scene, they're going to have to find a way to work together. Jimmy and Nicola, I think one of my favourite couples on the show. You know, Nicola's always had huge ambitions, and she's got ambitions for Angel as well. She will want the best schooling, the best clothing. Jimmy's kind of get your slippers on, watch the telly and everything's okay. So I think once we sort of challenge what this couple both want and start to see the temptation of Nicola, it's really going to send some shockwaves in that relationship. Moira and Kane, they're sort of just about together. Kane's had to fight all his instincts. He's learned a lot over the last year, and I think what we're going to see is he really, really is falling in love with Moira. This is somebody that he will love and want to be with perhaps for the rest of his life. The question is whether ultimately that's what Moira wants. Katie, Declan, Megan, they've had such a hideous time. There are going to be massive changes at home farm, and right at the heart of it is a really tough little nut in Katie. She's come through a lot, and she's going to come through a lot more. Paddy and Rona, again, we've now got Vanessa in the mix. We're going to take Rona down a very, very long road, and how she copes with it and deals with it is going to push her and Paddy's relationship right to the edge. What we're blessed with at Emmerdale is in our older cast some great actors. We've seen with Sandy what he can do. There's some more lovely stuff coming up as he strives to find his independence. It's a great cast we've got, and we're going to use them to the best of our ability. Obviously, this is the last time I'm going to be doing this for Emmerdale. I'd just like to thank everybody on the team. They've made my life a joy, and mainly the audiences. There's been some big stories where characters have undergone some great changes. Our audiences have been incredibly loyal and growing, so thank you to you all. We've got some stunning stuff coming, and just keep your eyes on Cameron. You know, he'll go a long, long way to keep that secret safe. He's not done yet.